I'm Julia Sondu, showing you where development is happening. Please come and join us. Air raid sirens blared across Israel after Iran launched a barrage of drones and missiles in its first ever direct attack on Israeli territory. Similar aerial attacks occurred last year when Hamas launched Operation Al-Aqsa Flood and conducted aerial and ground attacks. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, stated dozens of surface-to-surface missile launches from Iran were identified approaching Israeli territory. The IDF aerial defense array successfully intercepted the majority of the launches using the Arrow aerial defense system, together with Israel's strategic allies, before they crossed into Israeli territory. We intercepted 99% of the threats launched to the territory of Israel. It's a very significant strategic success, Israeli military spokesperson Daniel Hagari said. Videos on social media platforms show the Arrow defense system, along with the Iron Dome system, intercepting aerial threats. The night sky lit up with multiple explosions across Israel, with no signs of tensions simmering down between the regional powers. What is the Arrow aerial defense system? Israel's aerospace industries, in collaboration with the U.S. Missile Defense Agency, produced the Arrow defense system, a surface-to-surface missile system forming an upper tier in Israel's multi-layered air defense system. Development began in the late 1980s as a joint effort between Israel and the U.S. The Iran's attack on Israel stirs admiration among Gaza Palestinians. Palestinians in Gaza react with mixed emotions to Iran's attack on Israel, some seeing it as solidarity, others questioning its motives amid ongoing conflict. Iran's attack on Israel drew applause from many Palestinians in Gaza on Sunday as rare payback for the Israeli offensive on their enclave, although some said they suspected Tehran had staged the assault more for show than to inflict real damage. For the first time, we saw some rockets that didn't land in our areas. These rockets were going into the occupied Palestine, said Abu Abdullah, referring to land that became Israel in 1948 rather the occupied West Bank and Gaza. We are hopeful that if Iran or any other country enters the war, a solution for Gaza might be nearer than ever. The Americans may have to resolve Gaza to end the roots of the problem, said Abu Abdullah, using a nickname rather than his full name. Many in Gaza have felt abandoned by Middle East neighbors since Israel began an offensive that has killed more than 33,000 people in response to its Islamist rulers. Footage circulated from the enclave showed many residents, including inside displacement tents, whistling and others chanting "God is the greatest" in joy as the skies were lit up by Iranian rockets and Israeli interceptions. Whoever decides to attack Israel, dares to attack Israel at a time when the whole world acts in its service, is a hero in the eyes of Palestinians regardless of whether we share Iran's ideology or not, said Majid Abu Hamza, a father of 7, from Gaza City. Now Iran, after its consulate was hit, is hitting back at Israel, and this brings joy into our hearts, Abu Hamza added. Iran launched the attack over an alleged Israeli strike on its consulate in Syria on April 1 that killed top Revolutionary Guards commanders and followed months of clashes between Israel and Iran's regional allies, triggered by the war in Gaza. Claims of natural right. Hamas, which has been locked in a war with Israel in Gaza since October 7, defended Iran's attack, saying in a statement the assault was a natural right and a deserved response to the strike on the Iranian consulate. The Palestinian Popular Resistance Committee, PRC, an armed group that fights Israel alongside Hamas in Gaza, said the Iranian engagement could boost the Palestinian cause, saying that for Israel it was the final nail in its coffin. Islamic Jihad, which like Hamas receives financial and military support from Iran, defended the Iranian attack and condemned countries whom it said acted as a protective shield for Israel. Not everyone was supportive. Some Palestinians saw the attack as an attempt by Iran merely to preserve its dignity. Curtains down on the face-saving piece of theater. The Palestinian people are the only ones who pay the price, Munir al-Ghakoub, a resident of the Israeli-occupied West Bank, wrote on his Facebook page. Some others on social media said they believed the assault was agreed with the US in order to cause no harm, pointing to the hours it took for Iranian drones to get close to Israel, and saying this gave Israel plenty of time to shoot them down. Iran threatens to hit US bases if Washington backs Israeli counterattack, while warning of much larger response if Israel retaliates for drone and missile attack. UN envoy says Iran now deems the matter concluded. Hamas jumps to support Tehran. Top Iranian commanders warned Israel on Sunday that the country would face a bigger attack if it retaliates against overnight drone and missile strikes, adding that Washington has been told not to back any military action from its ally. Our response will be much larger than tonight's military action if Israel retaliates against Iran, Iran's Armed Forces Chief of Staff Major General Mohammad Bagheri told State TV, adding that Tehran warned Washington that any backing of Israeli retaliation would result in US bases being targeted. If the Zionist regime, Israel, or its supporters demonstrate reckless behavior, they will receive a decisive and much stronger response, Iran's President Ebrahim Raisi said in a statement. The commander of the elite Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Hossein Salami, also warned that Tehran would retaliate against any Israeli attack on its interests, officials, or citizens. He said Tehran had created a new equation in which any Israeli attack on its interests, assets, officials, or citizens would be reciprocated from its own territory. Salami also said the operation was a success, beyond expectations. Iran's Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian said in a meeting with foreign ambassadors in Tehran on Sunday that his country had informed the US that its attacks against Israel will be limited and for self-defense. Meanwhile, the Hamas group, one of Iran's proxies in the region, jumped to Tehran's defense after the attack. We in Hamas regard the military operation conducted by the Islamic Republic of Iran a natural right and a deserved response on the crime of targeting the Iranian consulate in Damascus. Israel is engaged in a war, now in its 7th month. Israel reported modest damage and reopened its airspace after Iran launched a large wave of around 300 attack drones and missiles in the first ever direct attack on the Jewish state by the Islamic Republic, while the United States said it would discuss a diplomatic response with major powers on Sunday. Tehran's attacks late on Saturday, launched after alleged Israeli airstrike on its embassy compound in Damascus on April 1st. This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.